If you guys need anything that has to do with online or offline grinding, be sure to hit up Rose NBA, 100% legit and reliable. So be sure to click that link in the description and hit him up now. Dark Matter, Donovan Mitchell, one of the cards needed for the invincible Joel Embiid that you guys can get for free here in my team. This one is extremely annoying, okay? I'm not going to lie. I know you guys are going to look at this and be like, oh my God, how am I supposed to do this? Well, luckily, this was a challenge last year, and I worked the exact same way last year, so I'm going to be showing you guys how to go ahead and get this Donovan Mitchell. All you guys need to do is follow these tips, and you guys will be successful in this challenge. And you guys can use whatever team you want. The only thing I'm going to stress to you guys is realistically, you want to make sure you have the either the Bronze Magic playbook or the Silver Current Knicks playbook. Both of them are the current team's playbook. You have to make sure it is the current versions of those playbooks. Regardless, though, you don't necessarily need them, but it's just going to make your life a lot easier. But realistically, getting down to this, okay, the challenges come down to not fouling, okay? That is the biggest problem where, again, you cannot foul. That is what it, again, says. Win the game and do not foul. Best way to do this is simply put, you are going to flop, okay? Now, I don't mean you're just going to just like literally like, you know, run at them, flop, get them to take bad shots or whatever. There is somewhat of ways to bait the computer into taking bad shots, but at the end of the day, you really want to avoid the driving animations. You want to avoid everything like that. You want them taking pull-up jump shots. That is your ideal shot. That is by far the best thing you can get them to do, mainly because if you get them to take a pull-up jumper, it's not really going to go in all that much. And you really want to rely on, you know, even looking at the team now, you want to rely on obviously having, Trevor Ariza and PJ Tucker shoot. Both of those guys are golds, and they're not going to be that great, and they're not going to make every single shot. So again, setting up quick point two, super important. That is the play you guys need to run to really just make sure you guys are scoring threes consistently every single play down the floor. And in doing that, it'll obviously give you the win in the long run of things. And again, getting through this game without committing a foul. You need to make sure, one, that when you get to the last minute of the game, it is not even close to being a single-digit game. The reason why, if it is a single-point game, you are going to get the auto fouls by the CPU, and you guys cannot have that, okay? It is super important that you guys do not do that. Scoring-wise, like I said, you want to make sure you guys are just taking threes, and that is it, man. It is really important. And then on the defensive end, you guys are going to see here, you just want to flop. Okay, I know people look at this and they're going to say, oh, well, duh, I could have thought of that, but now I'm going to lose. As long as you guys are making consistent threes, you are not going to lose this game. But it is very important you guys run this play. And the reason why I said that this play is going to be ideal is because of two reasons, okay? One, if you are in current gen, you do have to look out for illegal screens, which is a little annoying. But that's why I do really recommend, if you guys can do this challenge on next gen, you guys do that, because that's what you want to avoid, the illegal screens. And two, like this play, it's going to give you wide open threes. And while doing that, you know, getting wide open threes and everything like that, you're going to stay up on the scoreboard the entire game. Because again, obviously threes are better than twos, and that's just what you kind of want to roll with, okay? So it may sound like, again, a no-duh situation, but realistically, that is the best case scenario. Now, you guys are going to see, again, them taking those threes are what you guys want. I told you, those pull-up jump shots, the CPU rarely will make those shots, and that's what you guys want to focus on. Now, one other thing I will say that you guys can do, I forgot to tell my friend this before we really started recording this and everything. Best case scenario, what you guys want to do is run the shot clock out as much as possible. You realistically want to wait until you have about 7 or 8 seconds left in the shot clock, and then that's when you guys want to shoot. Obviously, the reason why is that'll be less time for, you know, the opponent, or for your opponent or whatever, to shoot the ball and everything and have the ball in their possession. And obviously, the less time they have doing that, the less of a chance you have of fouling. So that is the number one thing you guys want to do, is limit the time that the other team has. And on top of that, you want to limit the amount of, like, you know, contested shots, really. And I guess the number one thing, or not enough, well, there's only obviously one thing you can have as the number one tip. But another super important tip while doing this that you guys want and need to pay attention to, okay? I actually cannot stress this enough. Do not jump at anything. I don't care if it is a dunk. I don't care if it's a layup. I don't care if it's a three. I don't care if it's a mid-range. Do not jump at anything like that. See, the CPU jumped right there. That is the main reason why you want to flop. You see how he pulled the defender away? You want to avoid those animations the best you possibly can. because those are the animations that are going to cause a foul. They're going to get you into trouble, and that's what's going to eventually screw you over, and you do not want to do that. You really want to try your best to avoid fouling, obviously, and what I mean by that is don't click square, don't go for reaches, don't jump, nothing. Just focus on getting as many threes as possible and flopping down the floor on defense. Even if you flop so much that you keep getting defensive threes, that is fine. As long as you are not getting, as long as you're not getting fouls, it's fine. That's all that matters. Just make sure there's no fouling, there's no chance to foul, there's no jumping, there's no reaching. Again, you're avoiding the attacking animations, those rim running animations that are eventually going to screw you over and everything like that. That is the best tip I could possibly give you. Now, shout out to my man Travis in the chat. I am recording this as I am going live. I was going to say this right there. I know you're saying, like you just said about with the screens and everything, if you are on current gen, I would stay away from this play. The reason why is because that will ultimately lead to those illegal screens and everything like that. So if you are doing this on current gen, the best tip I'm going to give you guys to avoid that is running a 5-out. And all you want to do is momentum cross. And when you momentum cross, you're going to obviously burst your way to the rim, and you're just going to get easy dunks and stuff that way. This shot right here, I was about to say I already can tell what's going to happen. That is exactly what you want. You want PJ Tucker. You want Trevor Ariza. You want those guys getting left wide open for jumpers. They are going to miss. It's on All-Star. The CPU is bound to miss shots. And again, even if they're making a lot of them, as long as you're consistently running this play, you're getting yourself open, you're going to be fine. Now, say like, okay, you're on current gen and you're like, okay, well now I need to shoot threes because they're making a lot of threes or they're making a lot of twos or whatever. You are going to have to still maybe, use a little bit of screens or whatever, but it won't be as much. So you really won't be getting called for as many illegal screens. That's really the main thing that might screw you over. The good thing about next gen is if you do get that illegal screen animation, every single time it is a personal foul on the defense. So that is another reason why, again, you want to flop and everything, because leaving them open, they're not going to run plays. They're not going to run the plays to, have drop screens or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about getting an illegal screen yourself or getting a personal screen or a personal foul yourself or anything like that. So that is really the best thing I can tell you guys to get through these challenges or this challenge. It's very annoying because there is obviously going to be a good chance that you get screwed over, but it is what it is, man. You're going to have to just kind of roll with it. I mean, right here, you guys can see that, again, is a good shot. Like, that's what you want to do. You want to try to get them in the paint, or really, you want to get them in the paint or taking pull-up mid-ranges. Again, two best shots you can have, because, again, if they're shooting a lot of threes and they're making them a lot, like, that can kind of screw you over. One other thing I'm going to say, too, obviously, the person playing right now just did it. You don't want to do that. You do not want to run and jump in the paint for rebounds. That is the last thing you want to do. And another thing he did that I'm telling you guys not to do, if you have a chance to just run out the clock, run it out. Don't try to score. Don't try to do anything. Just run it out that way, and that'll make your life so much easier and help you guys through this challenge. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. Be sure to kill the like button if these tips did help you. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And yeah, peace. If you guys are looking for cheap MT, whether it's on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, or Switch, all you have to do is go to the site NBA2KKing.com, and they will gladly hook you up with the cheapest prices on the market. All you have to do is click whatever option you want, go to your coupon code, and type in Bio2K for a 5% discount. They actually walk you guys through exactly how to do this, so be sure to go hit them up now.